It seems today that all we see are useless magic trailers you can't believe. So where are those informed, honest people who help you choose what to buy? With PropDog you can always rely. PropDog are a team who will always aim to please you. Integrity and service that you can't deny. It's time for PropDog Live!
Hello, dog proppers! I hope everyone is well and everyone has had a wonderful week since we last saw you. It seems like it's been just so long since we last saw them.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Yeah, at least 5 minutes. Yes. So welcome to another very unorganised rush to get ready live show. So don't threaten my dog. I'll threaten you.
Sit.
That's Aki's command to sit. Is sit and speak and lie down there. So okay, Robert Van Buren. Wow. You're first. Congratulations, Finley. Finley was probably saving an orphan from a burning building.
I actually think Finley was feeling bad because I think it was like 5 or 6 weeks on the trot now, isn't it? I think,
Pretty much. Right, well, good to see everybody joining us. So let me just arrange this screen a little bit. So let's get what's going on here. Move that down.
Lie down.
Another crazy day. So a rush to get ready today, everybody. So apologies for the lack of preparedness, but that will do. I'll have to do like that. We're cutting off.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to resize that window. I can't see the bottom of the screen. What's going on? There we are. Oh. It's a bit better. Right. Okay. So that one doesn't move, does it? Oh, it does. That one moves too. Yay! It's better.
This is really exciting for us to watch, but
should have done this for a side, really, shouldn't I? There we go. Right, Pete Meacham says hi. Dave, Bobo, Aki, and everyone else watching. But he doesn't mention you at all.
No, never mentioned that.
Brian says yay. Chris Gilders, Adrian Turton says hello from Evie. Well, little buddy says hello. Frank Valenti says hi guys, happy or extra happy Friday as I'm finishing up a week of vacation. Right, some isn't it? Ottar's there. Hello Ottar, hope you are well. He says hi everyone, hope you've had a good week. I performed a music box trick on the local radio station yesterday. It went down really well. That's good to hear. Well worth the £1,000 you spent on it. Yeah.
What radio station Ottar, and can we watch it? Listen to it, whatever.
You can watch a radio station if you like. Robert Van Buren says hi Dave, Alex and Bobo. Aki and Aki as well. Mario says hi PropDoggers. Eddie Grant says hi lads. Torrance there. Martin Albums there. Ifty, Simon Cartwright, Bob Miller, Raza says, David, how have you managed to come up with so many solid effects and routines and props over the years, if possible, please? I haven't really, have I? A couple of effects and just stuff I've worked on really over the years. I haven't got that many, Raza, just a few ones. And just stuff I come up with while I'm working, really. I've come up with a lot less since I've been running the shop in the last 8 years than I did when I was performing.
Also, there's a lot that doesn't make the cut, isn't there? So don't make the grade. There's a lot of ideas that go, never mind.
I would say the stuff I've released is probably only 20% of the ideas I've had, but most of the effects I've got too much self-respect to release because it just wouldn't be right. They're ideas you throw away. I'll maybe put them in a book one day, but I certainly wouldn't release them like certain other companies out there, certain other duo brother type twin effects, twin people out there. Speaking of which, did you see the new Other Brothers effect?
I did. I haven't.
Keynote, wasn't it?
Yep. I don't know whether to laugh or cry.
Won't be stocking it. Yeah. Not just because of the price. I mean, it's not a bad effect, quite a visual effect, but you'll see when you see the trailer. Something major wrong on my.
But this is when you mentioned the sort of things you'd put in a book. I think that is one of the big problems is that a lot of the stuff we see is released. I find it hard to judge because if I read it in a book, I might think, I'll put it together and I'll try that. But when I've actually paid £35 for it, I feel slightly ripped off and disappointed with it.
Imagine if Tarbell was around nowadays. If Tarbell was around nowadays, he'd be a billionaire because he'd be releasing thousands and thousands of tricks each time for 40, 50 quid.
Yep.
Yeah. So there we go. Right. Jim Hathey says hello from Stabula in Ohio. Pete Donnelly says, hey guys, hello Pete. I hope all is well, mate. Simon Keane says afternoon all.
I bet Simon's been enjoying the old Tommy Cooper century, 100 years Tommy Cooper.
Oh, centenary thing. Yeah.
Centenary, that was the word I was trying to say.
Graham Tierney says, good afternoon, Dave and Alex. Josh is there, Nemid's there, Raza's there. Nemid, I hope you got your pad right, mate, and I hope you liked it.
Oh, he did. He
did he?
Emailed in, said he got it, and it was great.
What happened to the email?
I don't know, I think someone...
You read and deleted it?
I think someone...
Before anyone told me that, Nemid's emailed in to say, and what did he say in his email?
He said thanks.
Bit late now, isn't it?
He said thanks to everyone apart from Dave.
Okay.
No, he said brilliant turnaround. Thanks for all the help. Thanks for sorting out all the different designs. I need to reverse back to the first initial design, etc., etc. Oh no, it wasn't an email. It was a review. It's a review. It's on the site.
Was it? Okay.
So I put it as a review.
All right. Most welcome. Rosa says, also Alex, thank you for the honest video reviews on Facebook page. Watched some and they were all excellent. So far I feel. Rosa.
Thank you, brother.
Cheers, Jonas. He says, hello all.
What is that you're drinking, Dave?
It's kombucha. Do you know I make my own kombucha?
You make your own kombucha?
Would you like me to tell you about
it? Seriously not.
I've lost my train of thought. Ben Allen says, good afternoon, chaps. Hope you're both well. We are very well, thank you, Ben. I hope you are too, well. Nigel says, afternoon, chaps. Happy Tommy Cooper's 100th birthday celebrations at the Magic Circle, unlocked tonight. Hello. Sorry, Nigel. I thought you were older than you are. You're obviously very much younger. You were like.
I didn't know. I thought it was an adult.
He looked about 40 or 50 last time he came in the shop. I didn't realise he was only 12. I can see by the photo.
Yeah. Whatever you're drinking, Nigel, we'll have some.
Yeah. It's my kombucha.
Yeah.
Matthew Colley says, happy Friday. Sat watching your work. Wouldn't have it any other way. Nor would we. Dean Duggins there. He says, hi, gents. Bob Miller. Hola from Boston. Hola, Bob. Afternoon doggers and birdies, says Walter. Nemeth says, love the new pad, can't stop practicing. There you go. See, there's a secret, guys. Buy a new pad and you'll feel compelled to practice until your fingers bleed. And then you get blood over your pad. You have to get a new one. Finley says, sorry guys, the Magic Castle caught on fire. So I had to fly all the way over there, put the fire out, then came all the way back, and that's why I wasn't first, And there was orphans in Magic Castle at the time, You're forgiven, Finley, I knew that to be a reason. Roy Brownlow says, hello guys, got me shadow wallet, it doesn't cast a shadow, laugh out loud. Send it back, Roy, we'll refund you, mate. Should do. David Abel says, Mila's new sponge creation looks amazing. How many sponges were used to make the dog? What dog? What? She made a new one she hasn't showed me.
I don't know which dog. It might not be. Maybe he's just... I don't know which one you're talking about.
Maybe he's on about Mila's new sponge creation. Yeah, a little squeezy one. Look, there we are. It moves too. Right there. Right,
I'm surprised she will make I bet she does make a sponge jacket
one day. Yeah, probably one day, Simon, she made the sponge, no, that was plasticine PropDog, wasn't it? Yeah. Simon Keane says, today Tommy Cooper would have been 100 years old. We'll never see his like again. Comedy genius. Brian says, brought one question and love it.
One question, yep.
Oh, was that a trick called one question?
Yeah.
Okay. One question, I was going to say. Brought one question and I love it. Simplistic and has so much potential scripting wise. Could be done as a short routine or build up to a longer one. What is one question? Which one's that?
It is the one with the, if you reflect, you put the post-it note on your forehead.
Oh, yes. Yes, right. Yeah. I saw it briefly. The thing is, because I'm downstairs in the workshop, I only see these things usually when somebody talks about them on the live, or I come up and somebody's demoing it, so I forget what they all are. So I'll leave that all up to you nowadays. Can't beat Tarbell, says Ed Francis. And we can beat a Bobo if you start chewing DVDs. Yeah. Dean says, afternoon, Dave, Alex and Raza. Afternoon, buddy. Hope you are well. Nevid says, wasn't an email, was a review. It was on the site. Yeah, we just found that out. Rebecca, hurrah, it's Friday. Hi, Rebecca. Tom Cocker says, hello, guys. Hope you're well. I hope you don't mind me plugging it, but I've just set up a new Magic YouTube channel, so would appreciate any subscribers. Thank you. Just search for Thomas James Magic. No. Don't approve that. No. Yeah, post the link, Tom. Yeah, guys, do check it out and help out Tom. If you like it, subscribe. If you don't, Matt Bowskill. Matt Bowskill. Hello, Matt. I'm getting there. He says, hello, doggy dudes. Hope all is well down in doggy land. Can't wait to see the other brothers' honest trailer. The trailer for the new effect, it's alright. Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, the trick is kind of visual, and the gimmick is, it's okay. It's not a bad little gimmick, but there are issues with the gimmick that I can't really say without giving away what it is. But yeah, it's like, I can't say it. Yeah, I can't say it. Just, there are issues with the gimmick.
There was the trailer by Sky Member for Isolated that I did start editing an honest trailer for it, and then it just got to be ridiculous. Really, there are too many. You could do it with every trailer. That's the problem.
By who?
Sky Member.
Sky Member.
Sky Member.
Sky Member.
I don't know why that. So it should be a James Bond film called Sky Member. I don't know.
Did they put enough thought into that name? Do you think?
I don't think they put much thought into.
Yeah. All the Americans are going, oh, what's wrong with that? And all the Brits are going.
Yeah. So anyway, so they created something called Isolated, where they lied quite a lot, and a lot of it was.
Did they lie in a trailer? Do you want about
a
misleading trailer?
I'm not sure. Well, it was misleading or lying.
I'm sure Mr. Petty will pick up on it very soon. So yeah.
It wasn't. Well, it wasn't. Well, anyway.
Andy Tingley says, "Received my stuff, all safe and sound. Thank you guys. You're most welcome, Andy, and thank you always for your continuing support of PropDog." Jonas says, "Any ideas? Are good ideas. You only need to find a sucker to sell them. Do you think Sans Minds want to buy some effects?" Question mark. I've got about 50 they could buy that I would never release. I'm sure they would put as their top releases. Brian says, "Hey, that's what Dave was drinking. How do you make it? Where did you learn how to make it?" Brian, it's a long story. We've got an hour and a half.
Oh.
Let me start from the beginning.
It's just like he's still a puppy. Go
on. Scott Perry, hello mate. He says, "Sans Minds new product, how to release magic products." P-Day, says Charlie. What are you going to do next week, Charlie? It's going to be Day.
Just Day.
The P. Just Day, yeah. Jonas says, "Damn it, Dave, I just bought a new bottle of rum. Stop talking about kombucha." Sandy says, "Happy Friday. I got a kombucha making kit for my birthday today from my missus. Way! Damn it, Finley." Go
just recommend to Jonas the Guyanan rum is particularly nice.
The what?
Guyana rum.
Rum
from Guyana, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're very good at making rum in Guyana.
What?
Yeah, I'm sure Jonas probably knows that already, but...
Guyana's like just jungle, so it's like jungle. Is it like... I
didn't go there to get it. I was actually in Scotland when I had it, but it was very nice.
Guyana's good for gold.
Yes, and rum.
And jungle survival, that's about it.
Yep.
And rum is what? You sure they got rum from Guyana?
They've got rum from Guyana, yeah. Jonas will back me up.
Oh, okay. Ottar says, "Damn it, Finley, I worked hard to set fire to that castle." I know it's a lie. Ottar would never set fire to the castle.
What do you know?
He'd blow it up.
Oh, yeah.
Nigel says, "Richard Young's tournament store card arrived this week. Brilliant gimmick and tutorial." Glad you like it, Nigel. Ben Allen says, "Hi guys, if you're doing a comp again today, don't forget what we discussed for anyone learning." Do remind us at the end when we announce the giveaway, Ben. That'd be much appreciated. Alprendo says, "Afternoon guys, nice trousers, Dave."
I see where he's going with that.
Thank you. They are nice, aren't
There was
they?
a pause.
Yeah. Aki's got a nice collar on. Bobo's got a nice ring on his foot.
I've got... Okay.
Okay. Brent says, "Afternoon, guys." Oh no, I've done that one. Yeah. Hans says, "Wish you all a very nice night. Happy Prop Doggers Friday. All good here. I hope you all can look at that Swedish talent tonight, where Johan Stahl have a good chance of winning the finals. Very good night."
Well, I think, Dave, I've heard that you watch Swedish talent a lot. Most nights, don't you? Yeah.
I do. Andy Tingley says,
following it all the way through.
"Other brothers, a new book, how to make shit and earn money with it." Hans says, and of course vote for him. Nick Adcock says, "Hi guys, are you talking about Canvas by Luis Olmedo Tar?"
Certainly can talk about it. We've sold out.
Are we?
Yeah, we have.
I don't even know what it is. When did that come in?
When did it come in? 2 days ago?
What did it? What is it? That bypassed me. I didn't even order it. Did you order it?
Yeah, I ordered it.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Good job.
Didn't order enough, obviously.
Yeah, why not?
Because
should know by now.
I've been discussing this with you. The fact is that, okay, so unlike, well, I have to choose what we get in. don't we? We have to watch, and we've only really got the trailers to go on.
Which are usually...
So it's quite hard to know how many to get in, because if we get in too many, we'll get in a lot, and it turns out to be rubbish, we're stuck with them.
That's never happened before.
Which is why we should probably anyway. So which, by being honest to you guys, it's so expensive. And then we've got so I judged it wrong. Obviously it was a more popular trick than I assumed. And it wasn't too bad.
What is the trick? What's the effect?
You show a deck that's all blank faces.
Yeah.
You pull out 4 cards. They then print into 4 cards that you can choose actually, but they 4 jacks.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the deck print as well.
Okay. Sounds right.
It does all right. I'll tell you what the problem is. You end up very dirty, so you can't use the deck for anything else, which is a bit of a shame. So unless you're going to have to come with some sort of method of switching it in or switching it out, or it's a standalone effect for Zoom, obviously, and all of that sort of thing. So it's one of those things. It's works nicely. You've got to do a half pass. You've got to do a half pass and Erdnase change. And there you go.
Okay, cool. Do you know what I'm looking forward to coming out?
Keynote.
No. Daryl's Hole.
Oh yes. I've been looking forward to. I've been looking at Daryl's Hole this morning.
Have you? I wonder what that spade was doing down here and all that mud was on the shoes.
Isn't it called the hole? So it's called the hole?
I don't know.
Hole. Anyway, it's really good. It's one of Daryl's greatest routines.
Yeah, so when Daryl sadly passed on, his estate was, I think, bought out by Murphy's, wasn't it? And they've been slowly trickling out his new releases, like the Princess Card Trick and the Ultra Monty and the Bizarre Assembly and the Jumping Jacks, and the Hole card is the next one. There's a parlour version and a stage version, and it's really good. It's really good, really classic, really commercial, proper Daryl worker. One of those sort of beautiful little effects that you think, I'm going to do that. So really looking forward to that coming out. That should be out in about 2 weeks' time, I think. So keep an eye out for it, guys. Kenny Cadabra says, working late, just missed the first 10 minutes. Haven't missed anything, fill me in.
Apparently Dave makes his own kombucha.
Right, let's start again from the beginning, okay? Just for Kenny, yeah. So, Kenny, rewind, mate, rewind. Too much. Ori, the channel, subscribe, says Brian. Thank you. John says, can you mail flash paper in the UK? Yes, absolutely, John. No problem at all. When you get it, it will be damp, so just lay it out and dry it because we have to ship it wet. But yeah, there's no problem shipping it at all. Tom Cocker says, thanks guys. Here's the YouTube link, and that is there, so anyone can have a look at that. Andy Foster says, hi guys, love the show. Way, simply loves it, yeah. He says, can you recommend any good resources for stacked decks? I do a lot of card work, but never touch stacked decks. Well, standard one is Mnemonica that I would recommend. Well, it's memorised really rather than stacked,
Stack wise, you've got Read Divided by Phil Goldstein / Max Maven. Cheap little thing about stacks. But there's also Patrick Redford, Temporarily Out of Order and Slightly Out of Order. That's his stacked deck. Other than that, you've got lots of stuff in Encyclopedia of Card Tricks and Royal Road, as the Nicala system, and Si Stebbins mentioned in it. That's about it, I think, off the top of my head.
And if you like the idea of the premise of that, maybe check out the Mastermind, not Mastermind deck, the, what do we call it deck? Marksman deck. It's not quite a stack deck as such, but some of the effects you can get are very similar to that what you can do on a stack deck.
But the Patrick Redford books have been really good on the stack deck so far, if you're getting started.
Raza says, Dave and Alex, what's given you guys the confidence to publicly give honest Magic reviews? Years of experience out there working in the real world. I mean, years and years and decades of experience working in the real world. Being around for long before the new era of Magic and the YouTube generation started. So yeah, absolutely. He says, e.g., how on earth have you managed to survive all those fallings outs with Murphy's, which you mentioned in the excellent Craig Petty interview? Murphy's are a business. You know, I may have fallen out with them, but I'm still a customer, and they still, I wouldn't say need me, but they still want my business. So yeah, and if they ever decide to say enough's enough, no more, then so be it. We'll stop selling their stuff and just sell our own stuff, and we'll probably do even better. But the reason I sell their stuff as well is because I like to give you guys that option of having it. If we only ever sell our own stuff, we'll still do right in business, but obviously you guys, you're not going to know all the latest stuff coming out from the honest side of things. You're going to be stuck back in the old-fashioned world of not knowing what you're going to buy. Roy Brando says, nowhere brothers. Brian says, with the hardback pads or mats, how dark is the bottle green fabric? Now, if you're on about the bottle green suede, I would probably turn you away from using it. Yeah, that's bottle green. It's all right. It's not a bad effect, but the problem with the suedes are this. There. If you can see on that.
Oh, we've got olive green.
You can see with the light there. If you wave your hands, if you're going to do coin slides across, you're going to get this kind of little. See that? Your little marks. So.
You want the card table green, don't you? What colour?
Yeah.
What did we
so
call that?
that's bottle green. Card table green is close up. Sorry, I'll go with the close up cam. Should be able to see from that. So there's a table over here, and if you're going to go with the green, I suggest that green over there. So you can see that's the card table velvet. It's a much nicer surface. There's no extra cost for it. It feels nice, and it doesn't leave as many trails on it. So yeah, it's a kind of standard card table green really, and I think that is much nicer. It may not be on the website as an option at the moment, but just email us in and just tell us you want that green, and we've got that for you. The chive green is quite nice as well. It's a bit more of a pastel-y green, but it's also very nice. I think that's only two greens we've got actually. Yeah, those are the
you have
greens
the olive
got.
green. What's this? Is this not an olive green or something?
That's chive. That's the
chive green.
Yeah,
that's what I meant.
That's the chive.
Olive.
Yeah, that's what I just mentioned. Yeah.
Oh, did you? No,
So, yeah, you can show that actually while you're here. So the chive green, bit more of a pastel green, but that's the chive. There we are. Also a nice, but that's velvet as well. Tom Cocker says, Brian, thank you. Will you guys ever stock UK jumbo coins? Says Josh. Right. So Josh, we did stock jumbo £2 coins. So we tried originally to get them, couldn't get them. Then Adam Keisner managed to get a deal with somebody to produce them in China. They produced them and we were stocking them. A few other shops were as well. But then we had the exclusive on it other than him. And then somebody, I presume a competitor Magic Shop, decided to report us to the Royal Mint that we were selling them. And we got a cease and desist from the Royal Mint saying that the pattern or the design of a jumbo £2 coin is copyrighted by the person, or the person who designed it owns the copyright, and therefore we were doing copyright infringement by selling it, even though it was a novelty coin. So we were given a cease and desist, and we can no longer risk selling jumbo coins with UK designs on it. So that is why we don't sell them. We still have the American and Euros. It's just one of those things. Whether
Surely
anyone
surely the American Euros must be copyrighted
Oh yeah,
too.
yeah. But it's only because the Royal. I mean, had no one reported us to the Royal Mint, no one would have ever known, and we would be still selling them now. It wouldn't have been an issue. But officially, we can't sell them because we've had a cease and desist.
I might try and spend one.
Tom Cocker says, "Oh no, we've done that one." Christopher Bartham. He says, or Bartham. He says, if you had to choose, would you go for RD Insta or Magnet O? RD Insta, without a doubt. Magnet O is alright, it's not bad, but we've had a few that have had issues with, is it charging or?
Yeah, not recharging. So
not recharging, right,
yeah. Just can't get any power into them, they don't come back on.
We're sorting it out, but yeah, there are a few issues with that. But yeah, in general, RD Insta definitely. But two very different effects. I thought you might say RD Insta or Venom or something like that, but yeah.
I might have gone for Magnet O if it proves to be more reliable next batch.
Yeah.
But
Frank Valenti says, if I order the torn restored changing card and a one-way deck, will you be able to match the two for me?
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem at all. Excuse me. Nigel Quinn says, any chance you'll be restocking Marlowe's revolutionary card technique? Yes, we will, Nigel, as soon as it becomes available again. Murphy's are out of stock of it at the moment. Do you know if Penguin are stocking that?
I don't think now I know.
Because Penguin are publishing a load of books at the moment.
Yeah.
So a lot of the books we used to get from Murphy's we're now getting direct from Penguin. Ken Francis says, afternoon guys. Hello Ken. Jonas says, he says, well, Guyana. I presume you mean Guyana, which is spelled differently. Yeah, he says, makes pretty nice rum and some decent cigars. Well, yeah, I can imagine they make good cigars.
Yeah, it's that part of the world.
Yeah. Patrick Ash, hello Patrick. He says, loving the show as always. Thank you, Patrick. I haven't seen you for a while, mate. You're looking rather mature. He's growing up quite a lot. Patrick's done work experience here before, you know, many years ago. So yeah, he's a friend of Patrick. PropDog. He's popping all the time. But yeah, I can't believe how old you're looking now, Patrick. Has it been that long since I've seen you?
I think he means that in a nice way, Patrick. Not
the oh yeah, in a nice way. Yeah. And say hello to your dad. So Andrew is Patrick's dad. He's a very nice guy as well. Yes, he's been in the shop. Sebastian Billy says yes, PropDog Live. Charlie Robinson says thanks again for your amazing service with my reel. You're most welcome, Charlie. Anytime, my friend. Charlie's also done work experience here. As has Torrin and yeah, quite a few of them, haven't they? Raza says greetings in general, replying to initial comments so far, Kenny. Okay. Nick Adcock says better order more. I would like one. Looking forward to Cuban Bottle by Henry Harris. Cuban Bottle, do you know about that?
Yep.
Are we getting some in?
Yep.
Should do. Cool. Don't even have to check that out afterwards. Whole card says Nebid. Thank you, Nebid. Jonas says, where is Jason with the Raza comment countdown? Jason's at school. Gone back to school. Finley says, what was the new Darrow release? Yeah, whole card just above. Nemed's just posted that above you, Finley. Josh, who also did work experience, says, hopefully I'll be able to see Darren Brown's show in September. Hopefully we all will. Finley says, not new, but I mean reproduced. Yeah, that's what it was, yeah. Stack Deck, Mem Deck, says Andy Lewis. Hello, Andy. Nigel says, isn't there a watch for Stack Decks? Might be. Andy Tingley says, not sure what it's called, but it's a straw or Sharpie through card. Are you getting it in? Straw or Sharpie through card?
Well, there's a Sharpie through card, which that
already exists.
We've got.
Probably do with a Shaw star. If you want about a key through note, that's Keynote. That's the one we won't be getting in. The abstract effects ones. Hans says, Stack Deck, the new DMC5 mnemonic and marked terrific deck. Thank you, Hans. Andy Foster says, thanks, guys. Brian says, flash paper. Yeah, that's a tutorial on how to dry it. Dave put it up somewhere.
Yeah.
I'll just put James Howell's link up there. There we go. Andy Lewis says, Stack Deck, Stuff and Mem Deck, Encyclopedia of Card Tricks, Patrick Redford books, Mnemonica, Simon Aronson books, Peter Hartland books, Matt Baker book, also great essay in Eric Mead's book, Tangled. Tangled Web, and Roy Walton's books all have a few setup. Well, there we go. Setup deck tricks. Andy Lewis, font all knowledge. Thank you, Andy. Sebastian says.
Didn't mention Dennis Bear though, did you?
Oh, come on, Andy. Come on. You meant to know your stuff, mate. I have a chive green PropDog pad, and I think it's a thing of terrifying beauty, says Sebastian. Thank you, mate. I'm going to put that up there. That's terrifying beauty. Manoj says, hi, Alex. Is that Harry Lorraine's Apocalypse Volume 4 book on the shelf behind you? It's been showing as out of stock on the PropDog website for weeks.
Oh, well.
Is it?
Yeah, seems to be.
We will look into that. Thank you. Who put them on the stock?
Jason.
Jason is sacked. Get back to school. Detention. Debbie says, any idea on when the impression pens for the Cypher will be back in stock?
The replacement pens. I'll have next time I do a Penguin order, which shouldn't be too long.
There you go. Matt Boschool says, what's your expert opinion on the David Regal colour changing knives? I'm a big fan, Regal fan, but not sure about this one. Be sure. Yes. Very, very nice. Have you anything to say about that?
I'm really, really looking forward to it.
We are getting them in, and we are going to have. Have we got the exclusive on it? Or?
I think we're probably the only people
in
the UK.
I don't know if we're officially exclusive, but we'll be the only people in the UK selling it. Yeah. Am I too old for work experiences, Adrian? Just make sure you wear your school uniform, and you'll be fine.
I think you should ask your employer.
Pete Donnelly says, driving on the M25, so wish you could stop at the shop for a coffee and a wee. Mate, pop in. Yeah, you're most welcome to. It's no problem at all. You're not officially here, but you could be here to do official work business. Yeah, you're most welcome. Stephen Blair says, posted a new video this week on apps all entertainers need. If you can all check, it will be appreciated. Yeah, do check it out, guys. If you do, Pete, pop in, make sure you do it before the end of the live because at 5:30 we've got to shoot off. Adrian says the straw through card was on the Wizard Magic review the other day. Oh, okay, so there is a new one, straw through card. That's got to be quite different to the pen through card, isn't it?
Well, I can't imagine it being, well, I do, yeah.
Andy Tingley says the straw one was reviewed on the Wizard. Thank you. James says, forgive me, PropDog, I have sinned. It's been 3 weeks since my last PropDog live visit. Are sinners like myself still welcome in the Church of PropDog? No, get out of here.
Well, I think he has to say, oh yeah,
Go start magic.
I think he has to recite mnemonic 6 times now.
Yeah, backwards. Yeah, right, okay, let's put a hold on those. Let's talk about something. What are we going to talk about?
Right, okay.
Who killed the dog?
Who killed the dog? So first, you mentioned Sans Minds earlier, so this is their newest thing, Inspire.
Ooh.
Which, if you watch the trailer, you'll be
Goddess back mentalism card.
You'll be as in the dark as I was about what on earth this is. Apart from
what on earth is it?
Well, it's the mentalists' greatest tool that they can possibly have in their arsenal.
What, their mouth?
Yeah.
Their tongue?
Yeah, you would have
their
thought.
Voice?
I'll tell you what it is. So it is a deck of. Surprisingly enough, it's a deck of cards. I can't show you all the cards. That are meant to sort of stimulate emotions in people, or an image for them to think of. So instead of thinking of the actual value of the card, you think of what the picture is of the card, and then you divine it, and you sort of you tell someone the memory or whatever. That's nice. What is that now?
It's kombucha.
Oh, is that right?
Would you like to know about kombucha?
Was I boring you that much with
Yes.
the yeah?
Thirsty work hearing about Sans Minds.
So what it is, yeah. So it's a specially printed deck with.
Should we close up on it?
Well, I can't show you too much because actually, if I show you what the deck is, I don't know if that's giving away the secret too much.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
So there you go. So that's the premise. The premise is that they look at a picture or a phrase, and it takes them back to a memory or something that they're thinking of. They can really frame a picture in their mind, and then using your mentalist abilities, you sort of slowly divine it in a amusing and entertaining manner. It is basically a way of instant stooging someone.
Okay.
So if you're all right with instant stooging, you'll probably love it. I have been instantly stooged, and I was very disappointed.
But everyone else, were they impressed?
Everyone else was really impressed.
You weren't.
But I wasn't.
Downside of instant stooge.
And that has really put me off ever doing it. I mean, basically, because I got no. I mean, it wasn't one of those things where I got a different effect. I just knew I was playing along.
Yeah.
Which was fine. I didn't mind playing along. Felt quite nice being a Confederate, but I was disappointed that that I knew the method,
and 2, the magic didn't really exist.
and also it meant that everything else that I'd watched him do that show, I knew in some way he was cheating. So there you go. But this is
Sans Minds, so is it 55 quid, 60 quid?
Gosh, you know what? I can't
100
remember.
quid?
I can't remember how much it is. I don't think it is too much. It's a nicely printed deck. The images that you anyways, well, the images they can think of are fine. One of the problems is, though, I think for close up and everything else, if you're with a group of friends and you've got someone to think of a memory, if they've never, so say the memory was swimming on the beach in Tuscany. If your friends know you've never been to Tuscany,
or swimming in
or you can't swim,
Guyana.
Yeah, or drinking rum in Guyana, smoking a cigar. If people go, well, you've never been to Guyana, where did that memory come? So you might get, I don't know, I think there might be an issue with it, but I'm not a mentalist. But there you go. So it's a method, it's a deck that will instantly stooge people for you, and you can do a mind reading with.
Well, do you know
nicely produced.
It's for Sans Minds, it's pretty good, I would say.
yeah, nicely produced. It is really well taught. Actually, I've said great detail about all the subtleties of making sure that the cards are the right way up, so someone doesn't have to turn it around to see what the picture is and so on.
Maybe they're turning a corner.
Maybe they're turning the corner. It's fine. Yeah, yep.
Okay, cool. Right, what's next?
Oh, so this is Omni Tool.
Yeah.
Which is a deck of cards which has sort of I can't really show it. It's not open. I didn't open it. Sort of learn English or learn French cards. So they've got a picture of. There's not much to see. You'll probably get a better view on the website. Unfortunately, I've only managed to access the instructions in French. And the only thing I know about. There you go. So they look like that. Oh.
There.
Yeah, fortunately the instructions are in French, and the only thing I know about French is I find it quite sexy. So there wasn't really much use. I like a French accent.
Bonjour.
That's not,
Okay,
that's not doing
now
it for me.
we will do something else.
But I did watch the performances, and some of it is in English actually, and Julianne Loza gets a lot of mileage out of it, a lot of jokes. It looks like a really, really entertaining routine.
Okay, cool.
So as soon as I get the English instructions, I shall probably be highly recommending it. But yeah, until that, I can't really see exactly how it works. But he looks like a really good, consummate performer, good comedy, nice original stuff. So yeah, Julianne Loza, I'd check out his performances. Very nice.
Awesome. Right, okay. AD Merritt says, hi guys, do you know that Christopher T. Magician has a new book out? It's called A Show for All Seasons. It's new kids routines, and he explains in detail how to adapt each routine for Christmas, Easter, birthday parties, school shows, etc.
Right,
Okay, well, thanks for the
I've got his other books, so we'll get that one in.
We know now. Ashley says, Straw One is called Passage by Sebastian Carberry. Okay. I Am Not Houdini says, I have the new David Duval straitjacket arrived from India. Have they arrived yet? No. Do you know what? This is getting a bit ridiculous now because we are waiting for a JOL order of products that we ordered well over 6 months ago now, and don't know what's going on in India, but it's an absolute nightmare. Yeah. So yeah, we're rather annoyed about it, but no news so far. Oh, Jason's there. Jason, what are you doing with your phone on the school? Get off. He says, I literally just tuned into the live onto Jason, you're sacked. What did I do or what did you not do?
Oh, everything. Everything.
Too much to mention. Yeah. Why do you think you're not working anymore, Jason? I can't remember what he said then. What was
I can't remember, but I hope your day went well,
Yeah,
Jason.
yeah.
I'm sure everyone will wish you well.
I hope you didn't get detention. Yes. Perry says, Passage by Sebastian Colby. Thank you, Perry. Jason says, Mila said she wouldn't mention the photos. Scott says, funny you mentioned competitor reporting you for selling jumbo coins. A popular UK magic shop offered to pay me money per video on my review channel because they wanted to save money shipping products to a reviewer in America. I've continued continue reviewing products, but that magic shop has since deleted my customer account. This is the only reason. This is why I only posted for product. That is crazy, Scott. That is absolutely mad. Yeah, the same competitor who reported us the Royal Mint, I presume, was the same competitor who reported us to Starbucks for selling the Starbucks Chop Cup. That they said Starbucks said, we've been informed that you are copying our Starbucks logos on your cups. So I replied saying, nope, I'm not. I'm buying your actual cups from your shops. Here's all my receipts. I bought the cups, therefore I should be able to do what I want with them. Similar, I didn't actually say this, but it's like if I buy a car, I can quite happily buy a car from, I don't know, Ford, pimp it up and sell it on at an increased price. Legally allowed to do that. But Starbucks says I couldn't do that with their cups. So I said, why? And they said, well, because there's a magnet inside the cup. You're putting a magnet inside. They bought one from me to check it out, so they knew that. And
Starbucks bought one of them?
Yeah, they bought one. Yeah, they bought one, and they showed me a picture, and there's a magnet inside it, and they said you can't sell it because of this. And I said, well, why not? And they said, well, if someone was to put this in a microwave, it could cause all kinds of problems, and we would be left liable. I said, well, it's sold as a prop. No one is going to put it in a microwave. And they said, well, what if somebody left it on a bus? If you bought a PropDog chop cup, you left it on a bus, and somebody was to pick that chop cup up, take it home and make a cup of coffee and put it in the microwave, and it caused problems, we would be left liable. For God's sake.
I'm not sure they would.
Yeah. Now, I believe that I had a case to fight for it, but this is Starbucks. You don't take the lawyers of Starbucks to court because you're not going to win no matter what. So that's the reason we don't. And there was other things as well, but there you go. It's a cutthroat business, this magic dealer stuff, you know. It's really cutthroat, yeah. But that is crazy, Scott. That really is. Annie Lewis says, laugh aloud. Dennis Bear, Lessons in Card Mastery by Darwin Ortiz. Greg Chapman book. Shall I go on? I don't want to bore you.
Why haven't you mentioned Woody Aragon yet? That's what I want to know.
Come on, Andy.
What's the Greg Chapman book? Because you've got me on that one. But otherwise, yeah, great, brilliant. Thanks, Andy. And you couldn't bore me. Looking forward to you coming back in the shop.
You could bore me. Shane McDermott says, hi guys. What's up?
What's up?
Stay well. What's up? Frank Valenti, he says, straw fruit card is called Passage. Thank you, Frank. Andy Tingley says, it's called Passage. Phew, at last I remembered. Gerald says, hey guys, how good is a tournament restored changing card? Brilliant.
Yeah, really
Very good. We did it on last week's live, Gerald, so have a look at that.
Right,
Jonas says, Petric Gold, brackets, Petric and Mia, close brackets, says, has a wonderful straw through card where you can let somebody look at the straw and see the card inside the centre as well.
Oh, I like the look of that. Oh, that makes it sense to it being a straw. Oh, that's lovely.
To prove that it's the only straw.
Yeah,
that
so you
can
can look
penetrate
through
the card.
it, so you can see that the card's actually in the.
Oh, I
the
see.
straw.
Right, yeah, I'm trying to picture that in my mind. Oh, I get it. Yeah, very good. Yeah, nice.
I'll send a resource
Yeah.
for that, Jonas. I'll be interested in that.
Yeah. Josh Wood says, can you show me the cases that you stock, please? Yeah,
Oh, where are they all?
They were all down there.
There is one down there.
The rest of them are over. Okay, there's one there. Oh, the other ones are still across at the warehouse, aren't they?
Yeah. That's the.
Right, we've got one here. We have a couple of other ones, but we've got a unit 2 doors down where we store a load of stuff, and they're all over there. So I have to go out, go round, take the security off, and go for security. So
do that whole miming thing.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, it's not that good.
No, keep going. That's quite good.
Keep going.
That's quite good.
Nice.
Lean it.
Yeah, it's not enough room. Anyway, there you go.
So yeah, that's what they look like. My lovely assistant will now show you inside.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. And now your lovely assistant is now going to feel like he's
Upside down.
Yeah, all right.
Upside down. Thank you.
I now feel like I'm a drug dealer showing a load of cash.
Bobo's interested. Bobo likes it. You do look.
They're very nice. They're a good size actually.
Trust me, no drug dealer would ever wear those trousers.
That's the perfect cover though, isn't it?
They've got more street cred than that. So yeah, hopefully that helps Josh. Nigel says, Passage, a French accent by Sebastian Carberry, the straw through card. Max Gibson, hello PropDog, thinking about getting flexion, just asking if the method is similar to Coinvexed. Similar in that it is a gimmick, but because flexion is for a key and Coinvex is for coins, no. So rather than slot it in with a coin, so if you can imagine Coinvex is a slot you put the coin in, with flexion there's a kind of a hole where you put it in and yeah, do it that way. So similar but not exactly the same. Brian says, Jason, you didn't put some books as being in stock on the website.
No.
Yeah, that's why you were sacked, Jason. Yeah. Charlie says, what subject does Jason teach?
Oh, I think what was that? Oh, I think he teaches people how to say performance and not performance. That's his big bugbear. Anything to do
Maths, music.
No, he teaches nothing.
Definitely not PE.
Punctuation, anything like punctuation, anything like that can really, anything that gets under his skin.
Yeah, he teaches I Spy. Year 5, Charlie, so everything, says Jason. Pete Donnelly, don't worry Dave, the government are waiting for a load of vaccines from India, so you're not the only one. Okay.
I got vaccinated. That's my sticker for being vaccinated.
Yeah. Where's my vaccination? I'm older than you and I didn't get it.
I know, but you see, the best bit is, I don't look old. See, how good do I look for my age to have already been vaccinated? See, good enough.
He needed it. Yeah. Your amazing diet meant that your immune system was shot to bits, they said. Better give it to Alex quickly before he dies. Yeah. I'm the Houdini says, would that competitor have a planet in their name? I don't know who the competitor is. I don't know who did it, because if I knew who did it, I would probably go around and either beat them up or burn the place down. No, I wouldn't do that. But I don't know who it is. Yeah. I have my ideas, but yeah. And no, I don't think it's them. Andy Lewis says, Alex taking books, any good ones today to review? Alex talking books, sorry. Talking books.
Well, so these only came in a couple of days ago, so I've only looked at them pretty briefly, and I got 3 of each in and sold 2 of each, so we've only got 1 of each left, if you're really good at maths. Jason will be right on that. And they are Beach House Card Magic, or Card Tricks, Volume 2. And they are basically tricks that this guy Mark Davidson's put together, that are tricks that are impromptu, don't require gaffs, don't require major sleight of hand. Yeah, really that's it. And are also very good, as opposed to quite a lot of the stuff where you read them and go, well, that setup wasn't really worth the bother. He does teach a few false shuffles, basics, false shuffles, maybe a card force, nothing too difficult, a false cut that might be useful. But he also, what I quite like, is he grades the effects. I think I'll put it close up.
Yeah.
So he's got, easy, Aki. So he grades the effects. So it's sort of like the strength of the effect and strength of the effect, how easy it is, and setup and so on. So they each get a little score there. So you kind of get an idea about the trick beforehand. They're really well taught and they're really nice. Quite simple. All right, Aki, super sweet.
Yeah, go on, Karen.
But yeah, super simple, effective tricks. That as long as you don't mind a bit of procedure, because obviously a lot of them are self-working. So there was a bit of dealing going on, a bit of cut the deck into 3 piles, that sort of thing. But like the 9 card tricks in there, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't mind a bit of procedure. I don't mind people dealing them because it seems to me that they're randomising the deck. It's what a lot of people do with their own deck of cards. So for casual performances, I wouldn't say for professional performances, but for a hobbyist who's got a few friends around, the tricks in there are ideal.
Cool. All right.
He also teaches some really good. He also teaches some really good tips about learning them and stuff. So it's quite interesting listening to him, sort of his performance and stuff like that as well. But so he adds a bit more to it than just the tricks.
Cool. Ryan Adams says, "Hi everyone. Here's a link to mine and my brother's Instagram accounts." There we go. Post that up. Andy Tingley says, "You should have told Starbucks. Oh well, looks like Costco will get the free advertising then. So fuck you." I mean Costa is what I presume you mean. Yeah. So believe it or not, Andy, while I was making them, before I got the cease and desist, I did email Starbucks and I sent an email saying something along the lines of, I'm looking to do an effect with your cups because I was hoping maybe I can get a bit of a discount on them, get them wholesale. I said that I would be performing, I think I said something like, so 100 people a night would see your advertising on your cup. For the average gig, and if I sold 2,000 or 3,000 of these, then the average working magician might do 3 gigs a week. You're looking at something like 50, 60,000 people a week will be seeing your logo in association with happy feelings and amazement and whatever. And I did a whole email about the benefits of what it could be, and I sent it out to them and never got any reply. I sent it about 10 times, never got any reply. And when this whole thing went on about cease and desist, I then adapted that and said, look, this is what a great thing I'm doing. All the advertising, there's thousands and thousands of people all over the world that are having a wonderful time and seeing the name Starbucks in it. This is good for you. And they didn't want to know, weren't interested in the slightest. So yeah, what a shame. And I did check out the Costa cups, and the Costa cups were useless, and I've never found a decent chop cup or cup that I can use since. I mean, I've made coffee cup chop cups, but the Starbucks mini ones were just perfect shape and size and everything. And the Costa ones were all very sort of bowl shaped rather than a cup shape.
I'll tell you what I did like. So I used to do a coin trick with the Starbucks cup that you made, because you can balance a coin on its edge on the inside of the cup, which is quite a unique property of that said cup, I discovered, which means you can make the coin appear without touching the cup by just tapping the table, and it will make the noise of the coin appearing.
Cool. But on the other flip side, I can turn pretty much any white cup into a chop cup. So if you do have a cup or a mug that you think, oh, I wouldn't mind doing or using this as a chop cup, please do send it in, and I will convert it to a cup.
You could have Dave's Magic on your cup. Have a cup. That's quite a nice idea.
Well, I've got some chop mugs downstairs. I've got chop mug. I made my first chop mug released through Merchant of Magic a good 20 odd years ago, I believe, about that. No, 15, 20 years ago. I think it was my first ever release. Jamie and I put Jamie's name to it too, because we were trying to get a visa to move to America to open a magic bar. So we needed.
I knew there was some crooked reason why this might happen.
It was
never straightforward.
Well, we were getting a visa. The visa we were getting was an alien with extraordinary ability, and we went to see the immigration lawyers, and we had a list of things to check off, and one of them that we published material internationally. well, we need to publish something quickly to get the checkbox. So I was making chop mugs at the time for myself and for other people. So we said, right, just release it, just get it out. It was put out through Murphy's all those years ago, and therefore we ticked that box of a release.
I quite like the idea of personalising the mug. I quite like that.
Yeah, you can do that. There's no problem at all. Jason says, if you've got my interview with Richard queued up, you'll see a demo of torn and restored card then. Yes, we haven't got it on here. Actually, I completely forgot all about that.
Do you know what? That is why I turned your computer on.
Oh, is it?
Was to load it on,
I completely forgot about that.
And then I got a phone call, and I didn't do it.
I can still play it, I think. How long, Jason? How long is the interview? I completely forgot. We may have to do it next week. It wasn't on the board.
Well, you can. If you load it up, I'll talk about something while you
So
load
if
it
you
up.
were here, Jason, it would have happened. But because we were both running around like blue ass flies, trying to keep on top of everything without you.
I knew it. It was a damn phone. Oh, my fault.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jason. But
Right.
we'll try and do it. I'll distract them with talking about something whilst you load it up if you can.
Ian Hallam says, "Are that a real dog? Is it a prop?" I think you mean, is that a real dog or is it a prop? That is a prop dog. Yeah, it's not a real dog. It's a prop dog. Doug Heath says, "I'm amazed Starbucks contacted you. I've sent 10 emails and written to them about about a complaint going back to last August and not heard anything from them." Yeah, that's what I was like when I was trying to get in contact with them. You know, in order to see if I could get a wholesale deal on the cups. I sent so many letters and emails and phone calls, couldn't get through to anyone. Ian Hallam says, "Oh, it's real. It seemed too still." Ben Allen, what heathen is making coffee in a microwave? Exactly, mate. Yeah. Ottar says, "Could you quickly show off the No Way Nesta boxes? What kind of quality are the boxes?"
Well, there you go. Do you want to load up Jason's video? And I'll get these out.
Yeah. How long is the video, Jason? Let's see. Bring that up on here.
So here we are. So this is the Tommy James. We've got a lot of Tommy James stuff in, and these Nesta boxes are wonderful. We had someone asking about them. Had to go into great detail. They are super well made. It is really well disguised, and I think he actually teaches how to make these on one of his DVDs. But I don't think you'd ever get close to making them as good as this. So,
right, the interview for Richard is 12 minutes long. That's too long really to do on the live. So what I think we should do is just post it as an actual video.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll give him a quick preview of what it's like. Yeah. But 12 minutes is far too long to do as a video on the live anyway.
So here we go. So this is the first box. This is the sealed box that you bring out of the bag. And
that's a nice looking box.
As you can see, yep. So it is gimmicked. There is actually a way into this box. If you've seen the way in or where the load happens, then good on you, because I couldn't when I first saw it. And the boxes inside, as you take them out, are just as beautiful. So again,
You saw nothing.
There you go.
I'll hold my finger just about there. There you go.
But it's wonderful. But this is the outside box, which is brilliant.
And there is a gimmick on there that they can't see. Is that right?
The rest of the stuff's inside. So
right.
Yeah. So they go on, and there's just
how many more boxes?
Oh, I can keep going. Do you want me to keep going?
Yeah, keep on going. What the hell? Just turn that box away. There you go.
Oh yeah. Another one. I should put the lid back on. Oh yeah, and there you get your instructions and everything inside there.
Cool. Wunderbar. There you go. You saw nothing. Look into this light. Right.
But they're brilliant. They are really, really good. They're really, really good. Their routine's really, really good. You get the thing to vanish the ring with. You get everything you need to do it straight out of the box. Wonderful routine. And it's actually not that expensive. I can't remember. You'll tell us how much it is on the website. But I was surprised at how cheap it was.
What? It's off camera now. Where's the load on that? Show me the load. Oh wow. Okay. My reaction says it all. Very nice. Yeah. Oh. Show them the side of. Don't obviously engage it, but show them front of that gimmick. Yeah, that you are looking right at the gimmick. So that is the load. Amazing, isn't it?
It's brilliant.
Very clever. Like that. Very, very good. Very, very, very good. Yeah, like that. Brian says, Alex opening the case looks like a really low budget remake of Pulp Fiction. I watched that the other day actually. Such a good movie.
It is good. Yep.
It says, whose motorcycle is this? It's a chopper. Whose chopper is this? Zed. Who's Zed? Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead. It's my Bruce Willis bit. Yeah.
That is brilliant.
Adam Evans. Hello, Adam. He says, hi guys. How's the boat going, Alex? I'll bring beers and the Coke for you as you don't drink. Laugh out loud. Aki, stop ringing the bell. Do you want to go out? Look at that little face. Look at that little face. That is a face that says, I want to go out the toilet, Dad. Look at that. Hang on. Look at that little face.
Oh, look at that. He knows he's
not.
Yeah. Can't be bothered. Going to show his bum now.
Aki, do you want to go out? Do you want to go out? You want to go out? He's not going to ring the bell now, is he? You want to go out? No. Okay. No longer ringing the bell. There you go. Zoom back out of that. Thing is, he rings the bell when he wants to go to the toilet, but he also just wants to go outside to play with other people in the unit and just go outside. So he went out for the lie, but I don't know whether I should let him out or not. I don't want to end up with a big wet patch on the floor, but we'll risk it. So there we go.
Risk it for a biscuit.
Adrian says, I got vaccinated and I'm also younger than you, Dave. Why is everyone getting vaccinated before me? Well, you're all going to get blood clots and die anyway, I'm not.
Well, it's
Jason,
worth it.
Jason says, why is it worth it?
I don't know. It goes on. At least I'll never finish the boat. I'll have to stop worrying about that bloody thing.
It's because you miss Jason, isn't it?
It is because I miss Jason.
Yeah. Jason says, I'm really pleased that Alex has the vaccine. Just a little prick.
I did feel a bit of a prick, yeah.
Okay. Josh says, Dave, do you have any tips for starting a dove act? Yeah, get some doves. So, Josh, dove acts are a big investment and a lot of work. First of all, you've got to get your doves and you've got to have an aviary built for them, and you've got to make sure it's a good aviary and the doves are well looked after. The first lot of doves I got all had mites, had to be nursed back, and no matter how much you try and train new doves, if they've never done any kind of training and they're adult doves, you're never going to get much work from them. So you need to breed them really, and then when their babies are born, you take the eggs out and you put them in incubators, and then you're up every 15-20 minutes throughout the night while they're hatching and feeding them, hand feeding them, and after about 3 or 4 weeks they'll be weaned, and then you've got to start training those little ones. Now, only when you've hand reared doves are they really good for magic. If they're not hand reared, you'll never get a good reaction from them. And then there's things like training as well. So for training, I built myself a workshop in my garden, one of those sort of wooden cabins, and I put a big ring of hooks around the ceiling and got very expensive curtains. You wouldn't believe how much curtains are that long. It's like £1,000 for curtains that made a big ring and had a big spotlight on there, and you always throw them towards the spotlight, so there's nowhere else to land but you, so they've got to fly up and come back to you. And those are all the kind of things you have to look at. If you haven't got a workshop, you're going to have to try and have that set up in your bedroom, and that's a nightmare. So yeah, it's a lot of work, Josh, really is. So you need to put some real thought into doing it. I mean, it's good fun, but yeah, if you want to have a chat about it sometime, yeah, please either drop us an email, give us a ring, or pop into the shop and we can have a little chat about it. But yeah, be prepared to have to train the doves pretty much every single day and look after them, and then you've got to look about, you know, transporting them to gigs and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, a lot to look at. And then there's vet's fees, and you've got to find an avian vet near you, and yeah. Ryan says, have you discussed the elevator trick yet? Well, elevator deck, sorry, yet.
No, but I really like it.
Right, you talk about that. I'm going to let Aki out quickly while you talk about that, because
yeah,
come on, quickly.
Yeah, so, alright. So here we have it. So, you know what? I really like this. The deck is actually normal. It's a normal deck. It's just fine. Normal deck. You don't have to force a card or anything. You've just got to control it in some way. And yeah, and then let's see if I can put these back in but it's back in the box. I might actually be able to demonstrate it. So you haven't seen it on the website. Basically, it's quite a charming little trick where the close peg finds the card. I'm going to try and... And if you do watch it, I think this is a real charming trick.
You didn't want to go to the toilet.
You just wanted the attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This I really like. I think this is a lovely little moment.
So I'll get that one there. Hang on. So I haven't actually performed this before, so
No pressure then.
no pressure. It's gonna work. Obviously it'll work first time because I might hit the desk. Well, there you go. It didn't work. Don't know why it didn't work.
Try it again. Try it again. I'll read some more comments. You try it again.
What did I get?
Did you read the instructions?
I did. Of course I watched it.
Jonah says, Patrick Gold's Straw Through card can be found on Volume 4 of NLL Publishing DVD Magical Artistry of Patrick Mia. We don't have that one.
Magic.
Okay, you going to try again? Go and grab the front. See if you can do it on the front there.
Yeah, didn't get hung up. Oh, cool. Oh, anyway. What's happened now? It's come out.
Jason, come back. All is forgiven. You can have his job. He can go be a teacher.
Oh dear. I did do it once before.
Martin Oberm says, I'm happy to have a set of Starbucks chop cups in both sizes. They are great. Yeah, but that's the problem, Martin. We haven't done them for nearly 5 years because we can't anymore. Yeah, PropDog chop cups, why not? Says Andy. David Harris, afternoon all. Afternoon, David. Just very quickly, talking about chop cups. There we go. Right, so if anyone does want a chop cup made, we don't advise getting one made in this type of cup, and this is why we don't do other chop cups from people like Starbucks, sorry, from Costa or Nero or anyone else. Because if you can imagine a cup that big, okay, you've got a ball that's going to go in there, and you're going to have a magnet in there. Now, if you put a ball in and it lands on one of the edges, then it's not necessarily going to engage in the magnet because there's nothing to direct it to the centre on a cup like that. So a cup like that, obviously coming down, the sides come down, it's going to direct the cup to the centre where the magnet is. On there, if the ball lands on the outside, you've got to kind of move it around until it engages on the magnet. So ideally you want a cup that has a wide opening but only a small part on the bottom there, which is why the Starbucks cups are so good. I mean, you can have one really big magnet, but you're never going to get one that big and then it becomes too powerful. So,
right, last
ready?
time.
Yay! There you go, that worked. Oh, good. Sweet.
There you go. It's really good. I do really like it.
Do you know why it didn't work first time? I mean, is that something that could happen to...
I don't think so. I did it a couple of times before and it worked just fine. So I'm not quite sure what I was doing. I'll look into it, but I mean...
You don't want a trick that's going to go wrong during a gig like that, but I mean, that does look good though. Yeah.
It does look good. I really like. I mean, I think it's just quirky enough. It's easy enough. Instant reset. You don't have to force a card. Yeah, normal deck of cards, so you can use them afterwards.
Matt Boskill says it's more likely someone will choke on Starbucks dog shit coffee than a magnet's FFS. Benjamin Edwards says, what's your opinion on Bill Abbott's and Lou Leventhal's The Sting? It is very, very good. It is their complete sort of works on rings and ring routines, and they mention Ring Flight Revolution quite a bit and my routine. The only downside to it is it's expensive. It's about 60 odd quid, I think. And the reason it's that much is because it's their life's work on the rings. You know, that is everything they've ever learned over, well, combined, you know, probably about 30, 40 years worth of performing experience between them. But it is good. But is it worth it? If you've got the money and you want to do a good ring routine, yeah, by all means do it. Yeah, by all means get it. Brian says Starbucks use Twitter. They respond quicker there as it's a public domain, and if you're constantly messaging them and they don't respond, it can be seen by everybody and it's bad PR for them. Yeah, good call, Brian. Chris says got my second vaccination in 2 weeks. Aki was looking at you then as if to say, WTF, do you think I was ringing a bell for? Said Brian. But yeah, he wasn't. You have to see this. What are you doing, Aki? Aki? What are you doing? So I just caught my eye down the corner there. I was like, what is that dog doing? Right, okay. Jonas says, here's a link of the pet trick performing the straw through card. Oh, thank you for that, Jonas. I will check that out later. We can't view links on here now, but we'll check that out later. I think Aki needs a PropDog shit, says Matt Boskill. Otto says, could you show off the new Miser's Dream you got in?
Makami. Miser's Dream Granted, whatever it's called.
Didn't know you got one in.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that in?
I didn't order it in.
Did you not?
Someone ordered it in.
Jason
Must have ordered it in. It's really good. It's a gimmick that we can't really show it off without giving it away. I suppose it's probably the easiest thing to see. But it's a
Drop us an email, Otto. We'll send you a video private link.
Yeah. But it's very good. Makes it very easy. And you get some coins. You get lots of coins with it as well.
Pete Meacham says, with all the throwback comments, I'm surprised no one has asked what sort of cockatoo Bobo is. What is the camera system you're using for live stream? Whether there is a giveaway.
Yeah.
So Bobo's a galah.
No,
it's Ecam and yes. Artar says, also, very few venues today except Dovax. Yeah. There is that, and there's also the issue that if you need to travel abroad, I mean, Josh, you may or may not want to travel abroad, but if you do want to travel abroad, that can cause problems. So a lot of dove magicians now, if they are going abroad, will contact another dove magician in the same country in advance and borrow their doves, because there'll be many horror stories of people travelling in places like Australia and customs literally killing their doves when they get there, because you're not allowed to bring live animals in, even with the correct permits. Sometimes they just kill the animals and say sorry, they're gone, they're dead. So it can happen. Yeah, there's a lot of things to look into. Pete says, if you've been vaccinated, I suggest you taking paracetamol before bed if you can. I had the shakes and shivers and it took about a week of headaches to pass. A week for headaches to pass. Josh Wood says, I recently watched a Craig Petty interview and I heard how you used to practice with the 100 marbles, yes, in the jars. And I was wondering if you did it in one day or through a couple of days. Josh, sometimes it'll be a couple of weeks, depending what the effect was. I did it on effect and the entire routine sometimes. Yeah, it really depends. I mean, at the beginning, it could be a week or two. Towards the end, I may get them down in a couple of days. It really depends on what effect it was and how much practice I had and how it was going. So yeah. But I mean, I remember times doing certain effects for probably 2 or 3 months before I actually got them down to the stage where I could do 100 marbles in one go. Dave, you should have the kombucha PropDog special, says Sebastian Blickley. Yes, we should. Gary Simpson said, I ordered the TCC leather chop cup yesterday, delivered this morning. Great service as usual. Could you tell me if the large lemon for life will fit the cup? Cheers. Yes, it will. All the sizes will fit the cup, no problem at all. Chris Gillender says the Italian style coffee cups are tapered. Probably do them in IKEA. I have looked in IKEA and didn't see any when I was doing that, but that was about 4 or 5 years ago now. Lou, hello Lou, it's been a while mate. He says, what's the name of the trick with a clothespin?
Elevator deck.
There you go, elevator deck. Jason says, Dave, Alex and the gang, thanks for my birthday meat vouchers. My order has just arrived. A whole pork belly and loads of beef short ribs for the barbecue. Much appreciated. My pleasure, Jason.
When is the barbecue, Jason, is what we want to know.
We want to come around and eat all your birthday present. Jonas says, I've got the animal rights activists complaining to the venue about my comedy dove act. Strange, as the act doesn't use any real doves. They haven't seen the act. Yeah, you want to do the old gag where you bring the dove out and you do the bang and feathers fly everywhere with a rubber dove, and that'll piss them off, yeah. The Mikami Miser's Dream is wonderful. Used it for 15 years, says Jonas. Anything by Mikami is amazing. Chris Watts says, sorry I'm late. Happy Friday all. Forgiven, Chris. And Dan says, the Mikami Miser's Dream is great if you use $half size coins. Awesome. Right, we've got up comments. What's next? Oh, let me show them this quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me. So a couple of weeks ago, we showed you the sexy coins, the little adult themed coins. We did order other coins at the same time, but they arrived later on. The next batch of coins that you guys saw were the yes/no coins, and this is the third type of coin we ordered that's only just arrived yesterday, all ordered at the same time, I should add. And in fact, you hold that, I'll get the camera on it, just so you can see what it is, guys. No. No. I know you're bored. Hang on a minute. Do the other side first. So here we go. So this is the new one. So that size there says 0 something. Is it?
Yeah.
0.
I think
yeah.
I guess if they're old enough to read.
Now the other side. United States of no, and yeah. So that's the other coin there. Just a bit of laugh. So again, no routines or magical stuff with it. It's just a coin. If you've got a routine and you want to have a laugh, yeah, I'm sure you can have a laugh with that with a heckler of some kind. And we have 5 of those in. Only 5. Only got 5. They're not even on the website yet, but they will be on the website this week. No, they won't next week. Right. Nigel says, coins. TCC presents Kickstarter for the Artisan Coins series is now live. Okay, awesome. Check that out later. Next.
Right, got Paul Gordon's Magician's Insurance and Policy Improved, which is like a credit card version. So you know the old Magician's Insurance Policy where
Michael Lamar bought it, I didn't.
Yeah, I think he did. So this is a credit card version, so it's always in your... Oh, got me.
Killer kombucha.
Always.
Blinding.
So you'll always have it in your wallet, and really it's slightly different. So although it's got the 52-to-1 card on the back, on one side of it, and then it's got sort of, it looks a bit like a credit card on the other side. But it's so slightly different to the old Magician's product. It doesn't unfold for a reveal. What it does is it gives you a very good distraction to put their card somewhere else. So whether you want to do, if you want a lot of distraction for card to mouth, card to pocket, card to just about anywhere, it gives you that little distraction and a bit of a giggle at the same time. So it's a bit of funny business that buys you time to do any of those slides. So as long as you can control a card to the top or bottom of the deck, I suppose, you can use it. It's pretty. I can't remember how much it is, but I quite like it. Yeah. But something you just put in your wallet and you just got it for a bit of fun.
Awesome. Right. Anything else?
Yeah, we've got Venture by Danny Weiser.
What was the one Danny Weiser did last? That was the luggage tag
Manifest.
One. Manifest, yeah. So this is a version of Manifest as such, isn't it?
Yeah.
Or how similar is it to Manifest?
Well, it's a luggage tag is the only similarity, really, I would suggest. So Manifest was a confabulation routine that goes into a luggage tag, which makes...
It was all right. Yeah, it was all right.
That made a lot of sense, doesn't it? It's a bit like when you go on a holiday,
Yeah.
blah, 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 there it is, and luggage tag. And then he came up with the idea of making a luggage tag that would fit a playing card. It looks like an odd shape for a luggage tag, because it's obviously playing card size rather than normal luggage tag size. It's nice leather, it's nice, well made. I'm not too bothered about the you know, people say, well, why would you have your card appear in a luggage tag? I guess that's kind of fine, you can justify that. I just hate the method, I hate the construction of it, I hate, you know, it's like a no palm version. This gimmick here, which Dave can now see, that's meant to hide in plain sight within your deck and simply doesn't. You know, I think it's a really awkward thing. I don't like it at all. I don't like the method.
He'd have been better off doing it in white leather.
Well, yeah, that would have made. Yeah. So I find it really difficult. They do various different methods. I mean, the best one doesn't use the gimmick that's meant to hide in plain sight at all, and it uses a similar method to most no palm wallets. In which case, if you've got a no palm wallet, why you'd buy this, I've got no idea. And then he also offers a Zoom version, which basically just involves you picking up the card off camera. So, you know, I'm sorry, Danny, I don't like it. I really don't, which is a shame because I bought some.
No, just being honest.
It's well made, nice leather. It does work. Not my cup of tea. Don't like the method.
Yeah, it's nicely made. Yeah, somebody will like it out there.
Yep.
How much is it?
I think it's about £40. I can't remember off the top of my head.
For that, I mean, if it was the other brothers, that'd be 90 quid. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you get. Yeah, I mean, teaching's fine. Everything's fine. I just don't like it.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Just our opinion. Right. Okay. Anything else? Get
No,
ready,
I think
get
that's
ready
it.
for some giveaways. Right, okay, so any more comments? Yes, Roy Brownlow says, can I reserve one of those coins, please, Dave? Yeah, no problem, Roy. I will sort that out. Chris says, just as you were saying about Magician's Insurance, Dave squirts you in the eye. Sebastian says, is there any plans of manufacturing some kind of slip cover for the PropDog pads? Yes, so Sebastian, he mentioned earlier about the straitjackets in India. So India is the people who make the JOR wallets, even when Jerry was running the business, are in India. Okay, so it's not like we've had them made in India since Jerry, stopped making them. They were always made in India after Jerry stopped hand making them. And that company, they made the straitjackets for us because they have thousands of sewing machines and are used to dealing with all that. So it's very similar for them to do the canvas for a straitjacket, and there's a lot of leather involved. And we tasked them with making a cover for our close-up pads. So we sent them a laptop case, like a neoprene one, and said, can you make a nice, excuse me, right? A nice cover for our pads on a similar design to this laptop case, either out of leather or anything else you've got. And they are doing that for us. The only problem is, as I said, that was 6 months ago, so we're still waiting. But we are getting cases for the small, the medium and the large pads. And when they come back, we'll have a prototype first and we can give the go-ahead to make it. So either way, it's going to be a few months. Even if they come back and we like the prototype, it's still going to be another couple of months before they make it. So it will be there, it's just going to take some time. Pete Donnelly says, can I have one of those coins too, please? Yeah, no problem, Pete. Dave shaking the bottle like that gave me an idea. A champagne cork bullet catch. Now I need to find a method and some champagne, says Jonas. Any old excuse to
have fun learning that, aren't
empty
you?
a bottle, yeah. Jonas like this. Oh, well, try it again. Better do it again. It's going to get expensive. Ben Allen says, don't forget to give away, as we discussed, under 18 only if there's anyone here, not just up for grabs. Yes, no, I'm completely aware of that, Ben. Have a great week, lads. And fellow Magic Doggy says, Michael McCarthy, don't go yet. Any ETA on the spinning grandfather trick you talked about a few weeks ago? So the ones that came in went straight out, Matt, and there will be more, but they're just waiting to be back in stock at the suppliers at Murphy's. So Murphy's ran out, yeah, it's a good trick, so they sold out really fast. So as soon as they get them back in, we will get them back in. Right, okay, so giveaways. Now, Ben Allen, who won a prize some time ago, we sent him the spoof prize of the book you didn't like. I forgot what it's called now.
Amnesia.
Yeah.
Forgotten what it's called.
Yeah. And
Very good.
Ben did think he was winning a proper prize. Didn't realise, so we said, like, choose any prize and we'll send you a normal prize anyway. But Ben has been very, very generous, and he said that he would like to donate that prize to somebody young, a young and upcoming magician, somebody under the age of 18. So I'm trying to work out who on here is young and would be good for that. I think probably Josh or Finley might be a good call on that one. Is Josh here today? Josh Crayford?
I haven't heard from him.
Josh on here. No, Finley's here. Right, if any of you are under 18, just say me in the notes over here and we'll have a look. The only one I know for sure that's joining us is Finley, but he's gone quiet now anyway. He hasn't mentioned anything, so he may not be here. Jason says he's 11. Oh, Torren's here. Yeah, Torren qualifies, absolutely. Yeah, didn't realise Torren was on there. So what we'll do is we'll have a little giveaway for you guys under 18. You'll have a chance of winning it. And then, Ryan Adams, yeah, he's 17, so he'll work. Josh Wood, I'm 14. Yeah. So
it's going to turn out everyone's going to claim to be.
Is Josh Wood Josh Crayford? Josh, have you changed your name or something?
No, because I don't. Well, I don't
know. Me, honest as Pete. So age not IQ, Jason says Otar. But yeah, once we get a few names on it, we'll go. Oh, of course, Charlie's there. Yeah, Charlie's still under 18, aren't you? Right. So yeah, Finley. Oh, Finley's still here. Right, so we've got Finley. Tell you what, write these down. Be easier. Get some.
Yeah.
Right in that little old box over there.
You almost got
Right.
me there.
So we've got Torin. We've got Josh, Ryan. Finley, Charlie. Seems to be it. Right, so we've got five names. So anyone else? No one else coming. Right, 5 names. So let's see. What's the best way of winning one of these? I tell you what.
Should I give them all? I don't know.
Yeah, let's give them a number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Find out the cards. Find an ace, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we'll have Bobo randomly choose a card. There we are. And then whoever wins gets to choose one of the PropDog prizes. And then we're going to do another giveaway in a second. So we've got 2, 3, 4, just the 5. Perfect. Right. There we go. We have 5 cards, and the idea will be the first card that Bobo goes to.
This is quite exciting, isn't it?
Will be a win. Right, okay, so let's get this on here. Go, Bobo, go!
Come on, Bobo.
Go on, one card, any card, which one?
Oh.
What's this?
Bobo.
Bobo, what's this? Bobo. Tell you what, let's go this way. I'll tell you what, grab them up.
Oh,
Get to pick a card, yeah, get to pick a card. There you go, right, so, choose one. That one over there. Okay, so number 3 wins it, there you go. So number
Very keen on number 3, aren't you?
Number 3 was Ryan. So congratulations, Ryan. You have won the prize. Thank you, Ben, for donating. That's really kind of you. So Ryan, go on to the category on the proper. You know where it is, Ryan. Yeah, it's on the bottom of the proper homepage. And yeah, let us know, and you get a prize courtesy
Lovely.
of Ben. Now the other giveaway we're going to do today.
Oh, this is a good giveaway.
Ta-da! We are going to give away one of our TV tables. This is a plum one. Now, the reason we are giving this away, it is a £60 table. The reason we're giving it away is we made this one the other day for a customer, and just before we went to send it, we realised that there was a little tiny mark on it. So there is, oh, hang on. There you go. There's a little mark just here. You see that? That come up? Yeah, a little mark there. It's kind of like it's not actually a cut as such. We think that there was a nail coming up on the table where we made it, and it's dragged across, and it's just taken a little tiny bit of the actual velvet off it. So it's not a cut, doesn't go all the way through. If you can support that there for me. I'm just going to show you. In fact, no, actually, I can just bring it over here.
Bobo. Bobo's making
it worse. Bobo drawing it. So you can see the rest of it is all really, really good. There's nothing wrong with it in any way, and it's a practice table anyway. So it is a £60 table. It's one of the mahogany ones. Set it up like that, and to put it away, folds in there, like so. Oh, what's going on here?
Just like that. That's right.
I'll put that on the wrong way.
No, you can't.
It does fold down. I think what it is, so we changed the legs over on this one. So I just need to adapt that slightly. I think I put it on the one way around. I put it in the other way.
Put legs on the wrong way.
Yeah.
Well,
so yeah, that's meant to go the other side. Yeah. Right, so we'll sort that in a minute anyway. But yeah, that is a table. It is a good table, and so if you're not interested in the table, don't enter the competition. We don't want anyone to order it and then win it and then say, oh, actually I didn't want it. And the other thing is as well, if you are outside the UK, we would ask for shipping because it's a large item and shipping can cost probably 30 odd quid to go abroad. So ideally it's somebody UK only, unless you want to pay the shipping on it. So right, okay. Let's do a few more comments before we get up there so we don't lose them. Write on 5 cards and shuffle a pick. Similar to what we did. Finley says, are the kids allowed to enter the other giveaways? Yeah, if any of the youngsters want to enter for the table, you're most welcome to as well. Ryan says, yay. Ben Allen says, that's amazing. Bobo is fantastic. Yeah. Just spelled that one, Ben. Nick says, does Bobo double lift yet? Yeah, perfect double lift, better than mine. Ooh, says Torrin, and get in there, says John Middleton. I'll pay shipping if I win, says Michael McCarthy. Right, okay. So in order to win, usual rules apply. Once you see the word go pop up on your screen. Then you have 1 minute to name a playing card, one call only, and make sure there's going to be no Bobo poops on the table. There you go. So ready and now. From now, name a playing card, guys. The nearest to it is going to win, and only name one card. So you got 1 minute to choose your card, and then some lucky winner will win this little table. What are you doing, babes? There you are. Got a dead Aki on the floor. 5 of hearts says Ifty. Table, please. Wowee. If you don't win Ifty, you can just buy one. Only 60 quid. Great quality. They're all there. They're all coming in now. I was wondering where they were. 30 seconds, guys. 30 seconds. So, should we get Bobo to pick the card again?
She'll ruin the card, though.
So? We're a Magic Shop. We've got
We
more
are,
decks.
we have got more decks.
We have got more decks. At least 2 or 3 more decks. 10 seconds, guys. 10 seconds. When you see the word stop, any cards called after the word stop will not be included. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Right, okay, so no more comments, guys. Bobo? Oh, you can do this. I'll hold you. You fan them out. Come on, up. One more time. Pick a card, Bobes. You ready? Anyone you want. Oh, that one there.
Show it to the camera.
Show the camera. 5 of hearts. Good job, Bobo. Good job. There you go. So 5 of hearts. Who named the 5 of hearts? Let's have a look. Somebody's gonna win the table. Wow, a lot of people entered. A lot of people won that table. Yay! Says a lot for my tables. Oh, I see a 5 of hearts by Ifty.
The plum's a nice colour as well.
Do you know what? Actually, Ifty did. I joked in. I joked around with Ifty. Ifty was the first one. 5 of hearts.
Blimey.
Well done, Ifty. Look at that. You can thank Bobo with a beer later on.
I think that combination, though, of the plum and those legs is really nice.
Does look nice. Yeah. So I don't need to go any further. Congratulations.
Oh, 4 of hearts was close. I mean,
yeah.
Close. Well done, Ifty.
Wow, look at that. I told Bobo to quietly pick a 5 of hearts for Ifty because I wanted him to do it there. Did anyone else pick it? No one else picked it anyway, did they? Quite a few people picked 6 of hearts. I think he was the only one anyway. Yeah, you were the only one anyway, Ifty. Right, okay, so Finley says my Facebook is really glitchy. Did my comment go through?
Too late.
Which comment? Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, they have to narrow it down.
Yeah. Lots of people called it after. Off by 1, says Pete. Have a great weekend, says Andy. Ifty says, thank you so much. You're welcome, Ifty. We've got your address, mate. We'll send that off to you on Monday morning. He says, I never win anything. Super chuffed.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, me neither. But right, okay, so that's it, guys. Thank you all for joining us. As always, we really appreciate it. There's only 41 people here today. What happened to everyone? There was 100 people last week. No one wanted to be part of the competition.
Nice.
Nice to see you all. Thank you for watching. Stay well, stay healthy, and we will see you all next week. Bye, guys.